No, but everybody's hyped because they see, Canelo with Prince Turki Al-Sheikh, and they believe that what has been rumored is actually going to come to. Look at him right there in the green. Yeah, clean.
Ray Ford.
Ford, salute to you, sir.
Why his shirt off?
Call me on the next one.
Why his shirt off?
His shirt not off. That's
Somebody's head. Oh, I thought his shirt. I thought his belly was out. It's like, this
why you
wild.
looking at his belly?
I just thought he was wilding. I was like, too many.
What you think, Zittel? You think we getting
Canelo Crawford?
Well, and the reason why I made my point, all jokes aside, is boxing can't lull itself into this false sense of security. Everything's okay because this man is paying for all this stuff. It's like that.
I just caught what you're trying to say.
You get what I'm saying? Like
what you're trying to say.
Does he want something in the end?
He wants Riyadh to be the new Las Vegas. I think is mainly what the goal is here for.
That's your concern.
If we get
I live here.
If we get Crawford, Canelo, it would be there.
No, it's funny because one of the first people in the United States to talk about Canelo Crawford potentially happening was here on the Porterway during the weekend of Canelo Edgar Berlanga because the great.
I told Crawford that in his grandma's living room. I said, if you beat Canelo, that takes you to a whole nother level.
Also on the Porterway. So either way you slice it, Porterway is
but go
on
ahead.
the front lines of the Canelo Crawford news cycle.
We started this shit.
This is the thanks we get. Okay, so look, my thoughts on Canelo Crawford. Is it a fight that carries a lot of stakes and intrigue? Absolutely. It's arguably the two greatest fighters pound for pound since Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao called it a day, along with Andre Ward and Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez and Alexander Usyk. But, they're on a short list of, when you talk about who's the greatest fighter of the last 10 years, Terence Crawford and Canelo are going to come up immediately.
100%.
And what this allows for, what this fight paves the way for, is the winner of this fight, even though I don't think either fighter's in their peak. I still think they're two of the top 5, if not 10 in Canelo's case.
You think they're both on the other side of the peak?
Other side of the peak, still in their prime. Still
got moments.
Canelo's clearly on the other side of the peak.
Yeah, right. And Crawford's on paper older than him. But less wear and tear. Less injuries piling up, less number of fights.
Less wars.
Yeah.
But inactive though.
Inactive, right.
Which is funny because I've always said this about Crawford is that inactivity doesn't really matter so much, but getting in the ring with the best, again, we've been talking about Chiefs, Ravens possibly being the best game, and also we did talk maybe Bills, Chiefs. You can't get on the field with the Chiefs if you've been off the field for 2 weeks. It's gonna take so. This is an interesting fight, I think.
With Crawford, I put him in. He's different. He different level. He's like Pat Mahomes. He throw for 180, If I got to throw for 300, I can. John Jones. Yeah, I don't fight for 2 or 3 years. If I got to come out here and whoop your ass, I will. Crawford. Hey, yeah, okay. I'll get up and I'll show you that I'm still Terence Crawford.
Just a different kind of athlete nowadays.
I think Crawford lives every day. I got to prove something to somebody. My family. every day, I got to prove something to somebody. Yeah. Every day that motivates him, I got to prove something to somebody. And I mean, I got that motivated me that I always prove my family I'm better. But I think that drives him, and I think he'll show up that night. I think it's a great fight.
I don't. I think you might get a little bit of an anticlimactic cash grab. Just being honest.
Both guys?
Yeah. Where no, I mean I think you're gonna get a high level chess match, but I think your casual boxing fans who are tuning in hoping for
that ain't gonna happen.
You don't think so?
It ain't gonna happen.
Not with that psychopath.
Until
Crawford, he will kill or be killed that night.
Until Crawford, you saw how he came to the ring against me. You saw how he was in the press conference against me. You saw how he was at the weigh-in against me. There was no let off against me. Ain't no way he gonna let off against a Canelo Alvarez. That will fire Canelo up. One thing I know about being a mature fighter with a lot of mileage on you, when somebody comes to the ring and they don't comply, that bothers you. And fighters don't back down from the bothers. You know what I mean? Certainly not these two. So no, I can't back you on that one. This one ain't gonna be no
Sean,
anticlimactic.
As I tell, if that's a letdown, that'd be Boxing's on the way out. That'll be real sad.
Yeah,
What do you see? Just he's too big. He can't get it. He's not hurting the kid, and Canelo's just pressuring him all night. Something like that.
I see
Oh, we have silent agreements.
a little bit of that.
That's
Solid
what he was
agreements.
talking about. We
Little
ain't get no
bit of
goddamn silent agreement.
Little like I
Solid
think.
agreements.
No, I think look, Crawford's Crawford. Like he's not gonna pull a Jermell Charlo or a Callum Smith or a Berlanga and just be backed up pillar from post and do enough to survive. But you may see hints of it in a way that you just never have seen with him. And then Canelo's only going to throw so many punches per round. And he's going to be coming forward. I think Canelo would win a decision. But the real point I want to make about this fight is that, like, it's good for Terence and Canelo. And on that night, it'll be good for boxing because they're two of the very few fighters left in North America that the general sports fans know. And I get it. Jaron Ennis hasn't looked great since. Benavidez has moved up to light heavyweight. We're moving on to him trying to fight better Biev and Bivol. But I feel like what would have been good for the game, not good necessarily for Terence or Canelo or their prerogative, would have been those two giving the young guy a shot at the undisputed title. When Terence was undisputed welterweight champ, give a shot to Ennis. When Canelo is undisputed at 68, now he's not, but he was, give that shot to Benavidez. And yeah, now the stakes aren't even as high because really what's going to be hanging in the balance, whether it's right or not, in Canelo Crawford is who gets to go home the fighter of the era. And it doesn't get much higher stakes than that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, the way you feed the ecosystem of boxing and help the game is by giving the young bull who's climbed all the way up to earn the number one contender set, give him the shot. A guy that could really beat you. And I know Boots has looked beatable since, but I would have preferred to see these two, before they face off with each other, give the young guy, that's how it used to be. You had to fight the young gun coming up, and now the fighters have so much control once they get to a certain point in their careers that they have the option not to do that. And that's going to be good for Canelo. That's going to be good for Crawford. It's going to be good for their bank accounts. It's going to be good for their fan bases. And whoever wins, particularly if it's Crawford, it's going to be great for their legacy. Just me looking at the big picture of boxing, I feel like it's more healthy that in this scenario, those guys have to fight the young bulls that can potentially, if they win, take the torch forward for several more years because these guys only got a couple more years left in them. So
and it's kind of like, well, how does Ennis get a name now? How does Benavidez get that next level now?
You stop their motion.
Yeah, because I don't think Morrell moves the needle, though. Certainly not the way with Canelo.
No.
Yeah.
And he might beat Benavidez because Benavidez has to take this ultra dangerous fight that's not even really a huge fight yet because he couldn't get the huge fight that everybody did want to see him in.
Yeah.
And for Canelo, look, Canelo, you better show up and come with your A game because you can't afford to lose this fight. Terence Crawford can afford to lose this fight. I'm moving. I dared to be great, fighting a naturally bigger guy. Canelo, if you lose, Canelo better look at this as redemption for the Floyd Mayweather loss. The last time you fought a pound-for-pound king who was really a natural welterweight was Floyd Mayweather, and he beat you. This is your chance. Think of it like that. This is shot number 2 against a natural welterweight who's the pound-for-pound king. Can't come up short this time. I got him in my neighborhood, in my weight class. If you lose this one, it's going to be bad for you. If Terence loses, it's not as bad for him.
Can't Terence take the punishment? That's my only worry.
That's probably what the fight comes down to. And can he take
He's crazy enough to take the punishment. Can his body withstand the punishment?
Can his nervous system
Yeah.
not go ouch every time he's hit on the shoulders and let him operate with that super high IQ the way he's used to operating? Or will the nervous system go, ow, that hurt in a way I'm not used to it hurting. I need to think about this.
Can Canelo outthink Crawford? Crawford is a step ahead at times.
He could surprise him. He could surprise him with his speed and his defense.
Canelo, right?
Yeah. And he could be harder to hit than Crawford might anticipate.
Okay.
If his head movement's on point, which it wasn't for Berlanga.
It ain't been for.
Can he bring that back, Sean?
It ain't been for like 2 years now, maybe even
Can he
3.
bring it back?
Yeah.
They both can't be old that fight. We need youth Canelo, youth Crawford. No one can have a moment of, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm old.
Canelo's going to be the guy who has the moment of I'm tired because he always does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
All right, well, we got to get Sean Zittel out of here.
I like it.
He got somewhere to be.
No,
I like it.
I'm good.
I think it's
All right.
I think it's a good fight for boxing. I hear you now, and I get what you're saying now.
Thank you.
And that's definitely a conversation for offline. But I hear what you're saying now, though, and I get I'm on your wave. I get it now.